Hello everyone, Josh First Better Game bringing you guys some more 7 Deadly Sins Grand Cross, and today we're going to be talking about Reverse Guardian Hawk and Elizabeth that seem to have just snuck their way right into the Merlin banner, and I don't think too many people is actually talking about her. If they are, well, we're going to be talking about her as well because she's actually a pretty good unit. We're going to talk about all of her skill sets and a little bit about what she can really offer to the current content here available in Grand Cross on Global. And yeah, and it doesn't come as a surprise probably to a lot of you that Hawk and Elizabeth is a good unit because her red version is very good, her green version is very good, and now her blue version is good as well. So of course it makes a ton of sense. Now this is also the first Hawk and Elizabeth SSR variant that we're going to be covering here on the channel as well. So she will be having a little bit amplifications on her stats. And speaking of Amplify, we're going to be talking about that later on as well. So first we're going to talk about her first skill. Her first skill is Amplify. Imagine that. We just said that. Inflicts Amplify damage equal to 450% of attack on one enemy. Amplify damage dealt plus 30% per active buff on self. Now, if you run her with a unit that does a lot of buffing, for example, hypothetically speaking, a unit like Arthur, who with his rank 2 or higher can give you what, 3 buffs? That's 90% more damage. So now your 450% is well over 500%. You're actually at 540% now, and you can even take that higher because she also has a self buff skill as well that she can offer to you herself and your team, and that is Digest. Digest applies one solidify effect on all allies. If there are debuffs, they are removed, and an additional solidify effect is applied for every debuff removed. Solidify plus 30% resistance for 3 turns. So this gets pretty damn crazy pretty fast. You're basically going to be building up a lot of debuff immunity, aka resistance. So after you get your initial debuff and she cleanses them and applies Solidify, your team is now very much protected for 3 turns from getting further debuffs, which is pretty damn crazy. This allows you to utilize her without the need of a unit like Blue King, which is very, very good with cleansing, especially for particular types of content such as the guild boss, which we're going to be getting into sometime down the road as soon as we really dive more into guilds and stuff like that here on the channel. So she's got a very, very good buff there. Not getting debuffed is really, really good, especially in certain stages of like PvP, for example, boss raids, just generalized farming, etc., etc. So very unique skill set, and what's really good about her is she's going to be a DPS because that's going to do quite a bit of damage if you build her correctly and put her in the right team. And then this, of course, will protect your team from getting harmful debuffs. And also buffing herself as well. And then you also have this right here, Rush Hawk, level 1, without Fate, with Fate, 800%, 700%. Either way, that multiplier is ridiculously high for a level 1 skill that's a single target on an SSR unit. And she inflicts charge, which ignores defense. So she's going to hit very, very hard with that single attack. Very, very crazy. Single target attack, rather. Just a ridiculously good unit. Now, if all else fails and you are, for whatever reason, not able to cleanse, she still has you covered. She has a freaking passive, Time for Scraps, which it's so unique, which is funny because you see the word unique there. It is unique. Increases all allies' HP by 12% per debuff on the hero. If you got 2 debuffs, that's 24% more HP. 36% on 3 debuffs, etc., etc. Now all your allies are increasing their HP. And you know what ally likes HP that a lot of you are running right now? Green Meliodas. Green Meliodas on his counter, he scales HP. This is going to help a unit like that. For example, any other units that have any kind of scaling that's based off of HP for damage output, she's going to help you with that. if you're in a situation where, let's say you are still running Blue King with her or something, and recovery skills are now null and void, you can no longer use them because of a debuff, for example, well, she's got you covered with that HP. It'll help with DOTs, such as Bleed and Shock. Very, very versatile, very, very good, can be used on a plethora of different types of content, and the guild boss is really going to be one of the ones that she's going to really have her time to shine, and we'll go over that at a later time when we get into guild bosses. But just an absolutely good skill set for a unit that's going to be primarily a DPS, but providing you with that mild support. So she has resistance protection for you for debuffs with a cleanse build in. She provides you with HP if for whatever reason you can't cleanse and you're getting dealt with DOTs or damage downs or defense downs or attack downs or whatever kind of bad negative effect you're receiving. She's going to be benefiting you with those by giving you more HP, which helps keep you alive, which is the name of the game. Well, not technically because that's Grand Cross, but you get the idea. So, yeah. Reverse Guardian Hawk and Elizabeth, my verdict, if I would give her a scale 1 out of 10, I would give her a solid 7.5. She's got a good skill set. She's a DPS that has utility and support, which kind of reminds you of another blue unit that's really powerful, Blue King. Depending on situations and different scenarios that you find yourself in, that passive can come in handy if all else fails. And if you want to rely on something a little bit better and stable than the passive, you always got that cleanse in your back pocket with her buff. And her buffs also build up her own skills to allow her to hit even harder. And if you run her with another buff unit, well, my goodness, her damage potential could be pretty damn high right now, especially in certain stages of red type of enemies. Red Demon, for example, comes to mind. Any kind of other red bosses that come down the road. She doesn't rely on debuffs, which is a very big plus in my book when it comes to handling endgame content, because a lot of endgame content, they don't want debuffs. So she doesn't rely on debuffs. She relies on her own self buffs and team buffs, and that's cool because you can build those teams very easily. There's a lot of units out there that you could build around her, or you could build her around them, and they work together hand in hand. Very good synergy. You could throw her on your 4-sub too if you only really want to rely on her passive. If you know you're going to be running against a stage, you're going to get debuffed a lot, and you know Blue King's not going to be enough to keep cleansing and healing. Or maybe you're running against a stage where maybe particularly, even though it's a rare occasion, maybe you don't want to run Blue King. Well, now you have a backup option. You can run her with a pure healer. Instead of running King, you can run her with a pure healer. She can do the debuff removal with her cleanse. She can provide you with a little bit of protection from DOTs. She can provide you with damage, and then you can run a full healer alongside her, and then a buffer, and then boom, you have a very good 1-2-3 punch. Not bad at all. So the team setups for her are honestly just limited by your imagination and whatever content that they decide to release here for Global. Just very, very good unit. Very excited about this unit. Didn't really even know she was even in there. I didn't even catch it until I was looking at my box and realized, wait a minute, there's another unit there that was recently added to my box list that wasn't there before. And here we go. Guardian Hawk and Elizabeth is here, ladies and gentlemen, and she's here to stay, and she is very good indeed. So sorry for the long-winded review. Hope you guys enjoyed. I just wanted to give you guys a little taste of my excitement for this unit because she was kind of a little bit of a surprise to me because I didn't know too much about her going in. But when I looked over her skills and thought about some of the uses that she could have, it kind of intrigued me and excited me. And if I ever pull her one day, I would love to do some cool little team strats and see how it all works out. But anyways, if you guys did pull her on the Merlin banner, congratulations. Don't be sad. Get glad. It's a good unit. It's Hawk and Elizabeth. What more do you need? Right, guys? Anyways, I'm going to catch you all in the next one. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button, tick notifications, and let me know what you guys think about Hawk and Elizabeth Reverse in the comment section below. Don't forget to give a thumbs up, and I'll talk to you all in the next one. Can't talk today. Peace.